Yeah, good evening, everyone. Um, it's a late night one that I just want to quickly address us quite quickly before I eventually retire to bed this night. I've been resting basically, and at the same time, I fell asleep, and all the while I've been thinking. Obviously, for the first time, I'm doing. I just woke up. I'm just doing a video from. I'm still, on my bed here, so I haven't. I'm still figuring how to put my thoughts together, and more or less, it is about Ihedioha. You know, I know in my last video I said, I'm kind of lost hope, and I read all your comments, but across Nigeria says, okay. Um, Honestly, across Nigeria, I would want you to win. I would want Ihedioha to return because in a long while, I have not seen a governorship in the southeast or rather a governorship contest where the people are totally against a current governor, as the case is now. And many people don't even want to refer to Hope Uzodinma as a governor. And I agree, because he never won. From the informations that we get, it appears every figure that he used and the documents he used for the upper court were cooked up, unless otherwise proven. You know, the only reason why I want to make this video short is, I have this burden in my heart. You know, no matter you know, how you want to see it, ọ bụrụ na ị bụ onye omenala, biko yọbalụ na anyị ndị nna anyị bụ ndị ichie na ndị egede, ndị ichie dị ka anyị, ndị nke ngwu anwụ, anyị nwebụ ndị ichie dị ndụ. Unu mana the white man came and they had to do away with our own sense, with our own indichie. And they gave us sense that we didn't know about. And they called them Anthony, Saint Matthew, Saint whatever. And some people even add Saint Remy. That's on a lighter note. But the whole thing is that in any way you want to pray, please do. You're a Christian, pray for Imo State. Pray for peace. I am praying, my prayer point is very simple. Let the people's mandate be returned. Let the people mandate be returned. Across Nigeria is saying, bros, get some sleep. Honestly, I wish I can sleep because my heart is so troubled. My heart is so troubled. That's why I'm making this video. My heart is so troubled. And what troubles me is that, you know, I have this somehow deep down, even when I want to, suppress it, but I have this burden that justice will not be served to Ndimo. And that's why I pray by whatever means that justice will be served to Ndimo. Ihedioha should be returned as the governor of Imo State. Yes, the Supreme Court against David Leon in Bayelsa State, he did not get, the judgment that the APC hoped for, and the people were fined. Well, I would argue tough. Because when we look at all the analysis, on Friday, I took time. I listened to TVC, what's it called? This is a political analysis in the evening. You know, across Nigeria says that the system is against us. I mean, it's too obvious. You don't even need to say that. We all know the odd is stacked us is the odds are stacked against us. The system is stacked against us. The system is stacked against us that it appears whenever someone with gray matters in between their skulls appear to be the governor of our state, somehow, something happens and we lose the better brains. Irrespective of what Nigeria does to us, what we should have been seeing now is, a system where the Igbos on their own would have propelled development. But hey, mmanwele isi adọrọ nkọ, mmadụ nke nwere isi. The sharp knife doesn't have a good head. The knife that has a good head is not sharp. Take, with exception of Ebonyi State, no state in the southeast appear to be getting it right, with exception of Ebonyi State. Anambra State, we thought something would, happen. Suddenly, we have a man who said that he's going to build a metropolis. And happy new month, my brother Kevin, watching from Senegal. So he said he's going to build an air metropolis. And that air metropolis is going to be in Umueri, his community. That he signed a memorandum of understanding MOU with Chinese company. Please, you ask yourself, with Chinese companies. Suddenly, we were being told that the reason why the airport project is not ongoing is because what? That the drones for area mapping was seized. I mean, come on. I even have, sometimes these things, makes you get angry. What's drone? You can, hire drone from Nigeria. Even myself, I have drone. Even the one I bought for my son. I have drone. I have drone that I use in for video coverage. Sometimes. Because I fly them just for fun, basically. That's, what it is. Yet a state government says that the reason why the airport they promised us that to be done in 36 months is not yet started. Note, not yet started. That the reason why the airport is not yet started is because um, the the drone the Chinese were bringing in were seized suddenly. From seizing it to nothing is happening. You told us that Anambra State is only getting in um, land and that the Chinese will bring in $2 billion. $2 billion. $1 billion is 360 billion. That means 720 billion naira. 700 and please, is that airport going to be made with gold? That is Anambra State. Before, at least when during the time of Vito, we had governance. But now we don't, nothing. I want to take this whole Southeast one by one for you guys to understand what is happening. Sadly, that is Anambra's case story. Anambra State, from having 75 billion surplus in savings and in cash left by Peter Obi, Anambra State is now hitting almost $1 trillion on debt. Greeting from Maryland. Thank you. Maryland. Yeah, greetings to everyone. Greetings to the Okudos as well. So when you look at it, you find out that we are in a deep mess. Now, I would honestly, one of these days, I'm going to research and I will do a presentation for us, the health of the states in Southeast, for us to see that we are in a deep mess. Eh? Social media is getting some people scared. My brother, across Nigeria, how do you mean that it's getting some people scared? So what I'm now saying is, if you take Anambra, I've just given you analysis on Anambra. Well, then let's go. Which state? A, Abia. Alume na Abia. Enwe nwekwo ndị na-achịkwa amụ. Alume na Abia. How can Abia? I don't know if it appears Abia is the worst actually. From Oju Zokalo to T.A. Oji. From T.A. Oji, T.A. Oji actually promised to build an airport. Google it. Abia Airport. Today, no one talks about Abia Airport. He used it to siphon money and he left. Today, EFCC is going out after him and his son. Though the figures being quoted are so outlandish, they're not the real figures, but be that is may, how can you govern a people and the people are so suffering? You've gone to Aba. I swear Abia is the most suffering. Exactly. If you go to Aba, and Aba is not fit for human habitation. Aba is not fit for human habitation. What I see in Aba is the reason why people call us shithole, why it appears we cannot, or rather we are not in a position to govern ourselves. This is not federal government doing it. This is not even the people of Aba. Sometimes shame catches me on their behalf because they have the capacity to even do the minimalistic. That's the minimal thing you can do is to keep your environment clean. My brother, good. You're watching from London. So the minimal thing you can do is to keep your, even when government fail. Does government not? If government fail, I mean, growing up in the southeast, we had Saturdays. We come on, we clean the gutters. There was a time because of mosquito, people we buy kerosenes. We pour the kerosenes in the gutter to not in order not to allow the mosquitoes breed. But today it appears everyone just stupidly and hopelessly waiting on the government to always even come and feed them. We do not have a governor in Abia State, and I will say it, and I have I have made a video with my organization, the Wekune Initiative, as their president. I have called for the governor of Abia State to resign based on incompetence. I cannot call Buhari incompetent and spare Abia State governor. He is nothing. I hope he watches me. I don't care. He's incompetent. Nothing. 5 years. There is no single thing you can pinpoint that he has done, be it in Omaha, be it in his own community, Abangwa. Nothing. He hasn't. You see the tragedy. He's educated on paper. I learned he's a PhD holder. But come on, the PhD in care and the governor Abia in that manner. Nah, man. Come on, Ala-Igbo PhD. Probably one of the reasons why I don't want to do my PhD yet. Because Keulu PhD ba. Keulu PhD ba ali. You see PhD, you cannot wake up your people. Now listen, I keep asking God, the day I would stop loving my people, let my life be taken away. Because kedu ụlọ ọba ala gị, inwesi ego, Your people are not enjoying your wealth. Your people are not enjoying the things that ought to come out from here. Nah. Okay, that is Abia State for you. That is a catastrophic failure. Where do we move again? We have done Anambra A, Abia A. Which one? Uh, Ebonyi. Ebonyi. I give it to him. Some of you will disagree with me. Some of you will disagree with me, but your disagreement with me, it's a mere sentiment. On what? No, my brother, Prince Jones, you didn't miss a lot. We are just starting. Your disagreement with me on Ebonyi State Governor is a mere sentiment. Switzerland, Henry Ekobasi. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Abba don't have a go. Of course, I've said that. So what I'm saying, because I'm talking about Ihedioha, but I want to drive a point of the tragedy of government you have in the Southeast. Then now to conclude, thank you very much, Victor Aguasim. So to conclude with Imo State. So if I go back to Ebony State, like I said, some of you would disagree, but again, it doesn't bother me. You know why? I deal with facts. I don't deal with sentiment. I deal with facts. That's why I take risks, go places. Like the last time I went to when I read over the Christmas, of course I've gone to my village for Christmas. But when I read that news, a friend of mine forwarded it to me that train now goes from Enugu to Aba. I thought, that would be nice, oh. And I used the opportunity to go to the government house. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think I published that with Injunja Media because they've given me a bigger platform to, publish some of these things. I'm not a journalist. I am not in the media. But the only thing why I do the things I do, and even I come online to talk to us, is because I had found out that the reason why we are where we are, let me not speak like Professor Sibanjo, where we are. So the reason why we are where we are as Igbo is failure of genuine leadership. When I say it's not failure of leadership, but it's failure of genuine and purposeful leadership. And that is what is holding us down. If I do these things I do, like when I did the second Niger Bridge in 2018, and to sometimes blow and drive big cars in Nigeria is easy because I was approached to take the video down that is going to make the campaign of the APC in the southeast look bad. I say, who cares? I mean, if you guys say you put road on the bridge and I can't even see pillar, not even pillar on waters, and you want me to keep quiet, that's not me. Eventually, recently, I went to the second Niger Bridge. Now I can see where they said they were 2 years ago, August 2018, is where they are actually now. Yes, work is ongoing. You ask yourself, people live in our nature. When they read the government is doing this, why are they not saying anything? People live in Aba and they will read that train now goes from Enugu to Aba, and they all keep quiet. So it is not only that the government is messing up, you and I are also failing in our duties to point and to open these things and bring them to the fore for the government to see that they have failed. Some of you didn't know, but it took a concerted effort sometime between July and November last year, second up to second week of December. We had a sustained campaign on the pains of the people of Aba. And all those campaigns, I know how much resources, my personal resources, that went into that. All those campaigns came from people, incidentally. At least I know 80% of us are from Anambra. You know, not even from Imo's people, because we see the Igbo nation as one state. In my head, Igbo nation is one indivisible nation. There is nothing like Anambra or Imo or this Anambra Imo Abia disparity. No. If something is going wrong in Abia, that means it affects you and I, it affects everybody. Like I said, Ebonyi, the man, many of you will not appreciate Ebonyi State Governor. Thank you, Don Chinos. Many of you will not appreciate Ebonyi State Governor, but let me tell you this. Dave Umahi, hate him, like him. Write today's date down. I am saying that Dave Umahi will go down in history of Nigeria. You would eventually hear his name when it comes to infrastructure, the way probably you hear about Dave Sam Mbakwe. You know why I say this? The man is too smart. He wants to use infrastructure to write his name in gold. A man who constructs roads, but first of all, would cast iron on the road about 6 to 8 inches, cast it on the base before they put asphalt. That is a man that is clued on. Many of you watching me, like I have always done, sometimes if I drive from Frankfurt to Munich into Austria or Switzerland, that stretch, you know why? If you ever come into what the Germans call the Autobahn and you see where an Autobahn is being repaired, or even in the United Kingdom, some of you driving the M25, you will see that part of M25 in the United Kingdom is not asphalt. It's not what we call coal. It's not bitumen and chippings. Part of M25 is actually pure base cement. The same thing applied to the German Autobahn. A1, A2, A5, A9. All of them are done with cement, the base. And that is what Dave Umahi is replicating in Ebony State. There are other places I can disagree with him, but on infrastructural development, a man that is focused, Ebony State, actually, for your information, receives one of the least federal government allocation from the federal government. Because not much activity happens in Ebony State, it's one of the states that cannot stand on its own if anything happens that every state has to fend for themselves. Okay? So when you look at it that way, you find out that Ebony State actually with has been able to manage the mega resources the man has in that state. On my own, if time permits, maybe after Easter, I might try to go to Ebony and do a critical analysis of Ebony infrastructural development. That is my pro bono. If I find the time and the resources to do, because whatever I do is at my own cost. I have lived in Texas for 7 years and all the highway is cement. Yeah, of course. I see that as well. I mean, if I drive in Florida, the base of their road is the same. If I drive in Washington, it's the same thing. Baltimore, when I land at BWI and rent my car or basically come for business meetings, of course I see these things. We are all not idiots. Yeah. So Henry said the way I describe October. Listen, I lived in Germany, so I know. So I equally worked there. And, I mean, obviously, I went to university in Germany, so of course, I've lived within that society. I know what I'm talking about. Hey, guys, sorry. I just noticed I have over 50 people watching, but none of you have actually given me a thumbs up. Am I just talking rubbish this evening? You know, I'm just barely waking up now because I've been sleeping. Like I said, I am not digressing, but I am talking about Ihedioha. And I said, please call on Ndichi and Andegede. Call on God. Anything you believe in, that tomorrow, when you and I wake up, we will hear a great news. Because whatever it takes, be it threat, be it prayer, be it whatever, we need to apply it so that sanity will return to Imo State. Imo State need to have Ihedioha back. I'm doing this from my phone. If not, if it was on my MacBook, I would have showed a video I recorded. I recorded when I was going to Port Harcourt, second week of January. And I saw that was, I think, immediately after my video. And I didn't know because I was just basically recording Imo State, trying to do a report on Imo. And suddenly, before I was able to even start editing anything, the guy was gone. But I think I will still do because one of the editing I'm doing now is my encounter with the law enforcement agents and my encounter at the airport. So that I'll include that video, just to tell a story of how and what I saw on the road driving to Port Harcourt International Airport. And that is it. This guy opened, if you're heading to Port Harcourt, if you're leaving Imo entirely, Jesus Christ, for that Christmas period, this January, everywhere is been opened up. These were made in China routes done by Okorocha, made in China. Made in China, before it's even finished, before the tractor leaves the site, it's already kaput. It's already, potholes everywhere. That is the type of road Okorocha built. So let me not digress. Let me go back. You just exercise some patience with me, please, if the topic interests you. Because the reason why I'm actually addressing this topic is what you guys suggested that I should talk about. Okay? So if the topic interests you and what I'm doing, if you appreciate me, the only thing you can do is to give me a thumbs up. I can only see 7 likes so far. Okay? So what I'm saying, Ebony State. I haven't met Dave Omahi. I don't know Dave Omahi from Adams. I don't, politicians, I keep telling them, I don't necessarily want to know you. What I want you to do is to govern, treat my people right. Is it too much to ask? That's the reason why we will stand. You see, when you have a leader that treats the people right, the people will stand with you. I don't know why sometimes people cannot comprehend that. Why do people, you know, why do people wonder why, till even in death, Dim, the great lion, Odumegwu Emeka Ojukwu, was loved, is loved, and will be loved by Igbos, yet unborn, even in death? Why? Because he was a great leader. A man that studied all his life. He was born in the north. He didn't grow up in the east. He studied in England, secondary school, because actually, if it's in today's world, we would have lost him because, if a child does not grew up in the east as primary school, secondary school, university, that child is already, you know, doesn't know anything. But when he came back, he didn't want to join the high paying jobs. He said he wanted to join the army, and he started touring around within the Enugu and Nsukka axis, understanding the people as an administrator. That is the love of a leader. And this is people that inspire me. That is the reason why I will go to Eke. I am not from Eke, I'm not from Enugu State. But because Eke is in the heartland of the Igbo nation, because I am Igbo, and proudly so. I have no apologies. I didn't make myself Igbo. Hence, I must continue to fight for the Igbo nation because that is an entity that is not an artificial creation. It is what it is. That is what you recall too. So when I go to Eke and I see the Anumanu Ogwe, the Ogwe of our great ancestors being burned, being destroyed by people I would call Christian fundamentalists that are no different from the Boko Harams. Because if a Boko Haramist would destroy a church, a mosque, and it is a crime, then if you destroy the traditional worship center, you are no different from that person. Tolerance should be the key. And we must accept. One thing I beg you, anyone that know me, if you know, anyone, please, I beg you, we must drop this nonsense of Igbo, from Imo, from Abia, from Anambra. No, Igbo, Bo, Igbo, Igbo adere Igbo. We must go back, retrace our steps. To round up an Ebonyi State, before I get into Enugu, and now conclude with Imo State. Okay? So, Ebonyi, fantastic job. Shout out to the governor. There are other things that I might not like. Someone actually asked me, do you believe Dave Umahi will build an airport in Ebonyi State? And my answer is, if in Nigeria, as it is today, someone tells me I will build an airport in 36 months, which is possible, and that person amongst all the governors, I will believe Dave Umahi would do it. Because why? He understands it, and he understands how to do it cost effectively. Ebonyi is in the same par with Yobe. When it comes to revenue generation, very low, because not much activities in Ebonyi. When it comes to federal government allocation, very low. Yet, Ebonyi State does wonders. Ebonyi State does wonders. So, and that is that leadership, a government that is very purposeful and is for the people. Now, I come to Enugu State. Buruburu. What do I say? O nwere ihe my dad mgbe ọ nọ ndụ, o nwere ihe ọ na-akpọ ibu kobo buru na nne ego. Ibu kobo buru na nne ego. That is the way I will refer to ugwu anyị. Ibu kobo buru na nne ego. Ọkwa ha nwere election yesterday. They conducted an election, local government election. And eji ahụ ama ụtọ nsị. Many of us will criticize Buhari, Buhari this, Buhari that, but where our problem is in the states and the local governments, because that is, listen, the federal government takes 52%. No one is asking what happens to the 48%. 48% is close as 50%. Almost the same thing Kandane take. But we care less. We care less. We don't want to know what they are doing with that money. Ebonyi State, the reason why Enugu International Airport was closed is because of some of the things the governor did not do. Before, he was asked to remove the mast at Oyemene. It wasn't done. The argument was that Nike, where they wanted to relocate the radio mast, that Nike youths were saying no. Nonsense. Oh, suddenly, when Enugu State was about to be shut down, Nike youth now agreed, Abi. Na mmadụ akalịgokwa nwata akwa n'azụ eme n'ive alụmani. Anyị mụkwana mmiri zere ezo, mmalụ nke aghara nke afịala afịa. Mmadụ abụrụkwa na onye ichie na nkịtị. Ọ bụrụkwa na ama na a na-aṅụta dị ochi nkwara adata ya n'elu. Ọ bụrụkwa na ife niile m fụ ka m ekwusi. Mana ya dịba. Ihe gbasalụ nke sekuriti ya adịbagwodu. Oya Adobagwodo. But Enugu State is not entirely doing well because the 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 city of Enugu State, the city of Enugu State, well, that's what people need to know, was developed even before the war. Go to the GRA, go to the independent layout. So that a city that has been already been developed, you come, you change the top layer of the road. You're not doing any job. Sorry. Somebody say, yeah, but Enugu has a good road, but did he construct the roads? You know a good government by creating something out of nothing. If the road was not existing before, you create new. It is all muddy beggy creating, not just patchy patchy. And I cannot give you credit for just patching roads. Sorry, you're doing the job of local government. If you go to England, you cannot see David Cameron going to commission train station. Anyway, project managers, anyway, people who are in charge. You probably wouldn't even see the Minister of Transport. Talk less of David Cameron going to commission. David Cameron, listen, I'm still living. Boris Johnson. You can't see them. You only see them for international engagement. But here we are. Every Dick and Harry. On your Jelua toilet, you go and tie ribbon, you want to commission. Governor's wife will get bucket of water, pour water, put something, and jerry can, actually, not even bucket, for kids to wash their hand, and you want to go and commission. The other time I saw Barrow, head pan, as empowerment program. No, onye medo unu ife a. Mekwana aya asolo unu ọfọ, aya akpala unu nzu. Kedu onye melo unu ife a? Can you give these things to your children? Kedu onye melo unu ife a? Ha! Na onye melo unu ife a, biko kedu oyi nwoke, biko donate ya na ọkụkọ ka ije welu je chọba ndị a enye ama ya napụta ndị a ma sensọ ya bata adịghị isi. Ka ihe a na-akọrọ ya? So Enugu State for me, I want to reform for Unemen. That is so fantastic. Now I have Imo State, and that will bring me to conclusion. Imo State, like I said, and the title of this video, now we must pray for Imo State. We must be hopeful. If I look at it, taking what happened to David Lyon, I know there are two different cases, but there is one angle that the judgment of David Lyon G. Now to me, one angle did that, and the judge said that the Nabuna judiciary besi be tant atuzini aka. Anyusian si kapia yono. Anyusian si kapia yono. Semetuzini aka. And I am afraid. But I am very hopeful. I am very hopeful because I've been disturbed all day. I wanted to do this video later, but even when I went to bed, I want to sleep, to forget the whole thing. I couldn't. So that's why I woke up and I said, I want to do this video. I want to talk to us. Maybe it will help calm me down because Imo, if Imo is taken and Imo offers them, who them is. If Imo offers them the chance of coming into an Igbo, na-eme na Hausa abatago ọka na agwọ na n'akịrịka. O nwere video m watch. Ebe the current governor of Imo State, Meponia, ọnụ oji eli di wele eli ede wee sị that Imo State is that Yobe State, that Buhari has done well, that Yobe State and is it Yoba and Bono? Now we go security now that they can go home. Yet, this senator from Adamawa and Aline Dume counter that, saying that now they can't even hang up a senator. With all their security, can't even go to their house. Hang up army, hang with police, hang with civil defense. Yet, they cannot even go back to their house, to their own constituents. So, Kezeka somebody gets in on Imo. How would somebody be in Imo State and now say this? It's just like someone now, I'm in my village, and I know that there is no light. And someone will be maybe in Jos or in Sokoto saying, if you come to Anambra now, there is light, and Mazi has light. I'm like, how can Mazi okay have light? Are you in my house? And I know that even heat now somehow. So how can I? And you now see where, as an if I analyze that video, is actually, that video speaks volume, because if I unpick and unpack that video, that lie shows the heart of that man and how he will govern. It's basically, if someone can look at you, you have a white handkerchief and is telling you that that handkerchief is black, it's that person is a total fraud. There is no two ways about it. It's a total fraud. Only God knows what will happen. Listen, you people, you might even close your ears very soon if by tomorrow the Supreme Court, a miracle happens and the Supreme Court reverses itself. If Supreme Court does that, when you hear the things that probably have been happening within the days he was the governor, you shake your head. You shake your head. Look at Imo State. Imo State. Ohakim was a governor. It's only when Ohakim left the government house did he, he said he cannot believe the street light built by Sullivan. Yeah, Sullivan was another good governor. I give it to him. Honestly, Sullivan was another good governor. I give it to him. But what I was trying to say, in Imo State, when Hakim was governor, you see, there's something that happens when you're in authority. You appear not to think. It's only when Hakim was no longer a governor that he started giving lectures and how there is a river in Imo State that can connect the Atlantic Ocean, and how if re-elected under APCA, he can dredge it. And I say, but you were a governor. You didn't tell us these things. You didn't even start the process of dredging it, knowing that most of us, we import through Lagos. Yet the man that is now the governor is the one that the federal government of Nigeria gave $12.6 million for the Calabar port, the Eastern Port dredging. That's why EFCC was dragging him up and down, because that money, according to EFCC, not according by Mazi, Edward Uchenna, Happy New Month. That money went missing, and the EFCC is calling him to account. Many of us we have now. You see, sometimes I don't blame only the politicians, I blame you and I. I blame you and I that have time to even speak to them, or even have time to call them which excellency? Excellency in excellence in Izuri. What are they excellencing? Why do we even have to refer to any of them as his what kedu onabonye malo maybe his excellency? It is time you and I will begin we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Waking up is that we need to wake up and get ready. That one must not only have money for you to consider that person a politician, because at the end of the day, you watching me will go and collect money and go and vote. And later we'll be complaining. You won't speak up because you have already collected your misgovernance up front. You already collected your misgovernance. I have close to 100 people watching. Please, can you give me some likes? Show me some love. Some love, some thumbs up. Let me some thumbs up. I'm not charging. No one is charging you. Just some show some love. Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know. So at the end of the day, my people, Imo States, whatever is going to happen tomorrow, I sincerely pray that is going to favor you and I. And Emeka Ihedioha, he won't know what hit him. Let us pray that now he comes back. Listen, in the history of the Igbo nation, right? In the history of the Igbo nation, if Emeka Ihedioha comes back, there is no governor that the people would hold responsible the way they will hold him. Because if you see the love everyone has shown Emeka so far, the love everyone has shown Emeka Ihedioha so far, if he ever comes back, if he ever misbehave and runs people out of the road, na I gana amazi okwute na akpa. If he misbehaves, ọchị ịgbafe knock him okwute. Yes, I said it. If he ever comes back, he must be the people's governor, because God would have shown himself that he is God. If Emeka Ihedioha, that is if Emeka Ihedioha comes back, he will be the governor general of the Igbo nation, because for the first time, every Igbo person, be you from Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, Anambra, or Enugu, everyone, with the exception of people like Mbaka that I don't know where their distant lies. But if Emeka Ihedioha ever comes back, and when he comes back, he is the Governor General of Ndi Igbo, and if he ever, in fact, if possible, if he comes back, he shouldn't use siren. If possible, he should be using, he should be very, very simple and show that the people supported him and he must support the people. Not use siren to run you and I. If we're in a keke going, somebody will come and run us over. No. If he comes back and if he misbehaves and Imo people's money goes missing, please, jee gbara okwute na akpa. Moto ya na-agbafe mawa ya okwute. Kpọba ya, Anyway, let's deal with that one when Kagali ya nwa nkịta egobeghị ego. Because if I want to think of the things that one has done and even sent to him, the template, because these things, why do you people think that Peter Obi was able to win the heart of the people? Because he abonye ga-aba ọchị Ibiana a higher plane. He doesn't. He will check the luggage in. He just walks, goes like every other human being, not, Emisami, these too many flowers you're giving to me now. Wow. Now you're giving me flowers if I'm a woman. Emisami. Emisami, you haven't paid the fine. No, you haven't paid the fine. I know. Across Nigeria. You're giving me pineapple. Chineke. Are you from Ubolafo? Be careful, oh, don't give me pineapple. Or before you even, anyway, it's better you give me pineapple than to give me a cucumber. Because I don't know what Chidima would have done with the cucumber. Okay, Bright Anyanwu said he's showing me love. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. You guys have made my day. Now, I was sad before when I started this video, but now coming to an end, I am very, very happy that I'm able to speak to my brothers. If you do not take anything away from this video this evening, what thing I would say, please, 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 pray for Ihedioha if he returns, and that is only if. Then we must come back here and say the way he will govern. We don't see him as the governor of Imo State because it is our collective fight. And if he returns, he must change his way. He must listen to people, not Nduri na Ndiama, only people coming to steal from Imo State through contract inflation. And again, I must equally warn you and I should not go to his office and wait to be given money. Go and work. Go and work. Imo State money must be used for the development of Imo and Igbo in general. So we must change our attitude. Government house is not a place they throw party and people come and drink alcohol at their own distance and play awantelo. No. You see, for us to hold government to account, we must as well behave responsibly. We cannot go to government and expect them to give us, transport money back. And we'll come back and complain that government is embezzling. So where do you think they get the transport money that they give you? That's what you think. Huh? So it is time we equally, as Ndana Chiachi, govern, pray for them, but equally chastise them, both in public and in private. We must hold them responsible. In conclusion, Abu Nonwere Hemota today, please take it that the Igbo nation is one. It hurts me so much when I read people saying, Nda Anambra, Ndi Imo, Nda Abia. Listen, that is arrant nonsense. Whether you're from Imo, Ebony, Igbo, I don't know, wherever you are, Igbo. I told us here one time how when my dad was alive as a businessman in Onitsha, Igbo bụ ofu, Igbo bụ Igbo. Igbo bụ Igbo. Igbo bụ ofu. When my dad was alive, most of the people he took as Ndi boy, as servants, and eventually settled them handsomely are from Eza, Ikwo, Enugu states. Do you understand? So it's because he didn't see them as, I mean, we all the same. We're all the same. So we shouldn't see ourselves. And that's when, we should extend that. Like when it comes to, I'm from Anambra, but I see Imo as my state. That's why I say, see, when our governors begin to take themselves and us serious, one would expect that a governor in Imo State, Obuna, let's say a governor in Imo State, a kidney, what's it called, a kidney dialysis center in Imo State. It will serve Ndi Imo. It will save the life of Ndi Anambra. It will save the life of Ndabia, Ndi Ebony, even Ndi Rivers. Is it not better to have something like that, Egalo, for the people in a state that will serve your people as opposed to issue the money, just steal the money? We see the mess that happened in, during the time of Okorocha. Every roads built are China roads. Before they even finish, potholes are beginning to appear. Contractors will be owed. But you see the estate that, look at suddenly Uchenwu's, a boy that has no shop, will be so, stinkingly rich. And we don't want to query where. Anyway, let's leave that discussion for another day. It's something that we will come back and discuss. If the government is failing to hold our leaders to account, should you and I equally fail? You and I must stop going to their houses, stop calling them His Excellencies, stop begging them for money. Until we do something like that, that will be the only time. Because we do not worship you and we don't care about you. Then onye message any young come on, come for iPhone onye messigo new. So my people, I have more people and I have less likes, you know. Please give this video a like and a thumb up so that you show me some love and you're showing me some love and I'm seeing it. Emi Sami showed me some love with so many flowers that made me feel like I'm a woman that he's now trying to cut. Bring back Emeka Ihedioha. Prince Jones, thank you very much. You know, show me some likes. Show me some likes. So you guys have just made my day. Asaba, Ijo Omo. Is that Ijo Omo? Asaba. Okay. I reckon you are from Asaba. You see, Okofiha, it's still the same thing. Because the same way I still see the people of Anioma as my brothers. We are one. Please let us. Ewo. Onye na-enyekwa m apụ. Nwachukwu ị na-enye m nwa apụ. Apụl abacha ka nke Adam na Eve. Biko, I'm suspecting that apple. Please, better like my video than give me apple because I don't want to abacha myself. I don't want to. Bright Anyangu, thank you very much. I don't want to abacha myself. So at the end of the day, it's even the people of Delta, at the end of the day, my dears, we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. Igbo Buofu. Emeka is from Nsukka in Enugu State. Respect from Canada. Thank you very much. So, my people, I will be leaving us, and I will leave us with these words. Please pray for Emeka Ihedioha, that many of us, that when we wake up tomorrow, we will just see that the judgment has been upturned and the Supreme Court. Let's hope history will be made tomorrow. But hey, be that as it may, whatever the outcome is tomorrow, I hope that I will be able to come on live tomorrow and let us have another chat. God bless you. Chukwu okike bless you. Ndị ichie na ndị egede gọzie gị. Ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma. It shall be well with all of us. Once more, this is Maaz Ezoka signing off. Peace out.